What made Sister 1994, more than just another 90s sitcom? Maybe it was the rare chemistry between Tia and Tamara Mowry, or the way it turned twin chaos into pure comfort TV magic. The show wasn't just funny. It broke ground, blending heart, humor, and culture in a way that changed family television forever. But off camera, things weren't always so simple. What secrets did the cast reveal years later that completely changed what fans thought they knew? It wasn't originally written for the Mowry twins. This wasn't a show born for the Mowrys, it was rewritten for them. The idea started as a generic sitcom pilot called Twinsters, floating around Hollywood without direction. No specific actors were attached, and no network was biting. Then fate stepped in. While working as child extras, Tia and Tamara's mother, Darlene Mowry, crossed paths with a producer who mentioned the Twin Project. She boldly said, "I've got the twins you need." Within weeks, writers re-engineered the concept around Tia and Tamara's real-life dynamic. What had been a dusty script suddenly pulsed with energy. When the pilot aired, audiences instantly connected. It wasn't just another sitcom pitch, it became the Mowrys' destiny. Tia and Tamara were discovered by pure chance. Sometimes, success begins with luck and timing. The twins weren't scouted through an agency or mass audition. They were discovered by accident. While appearing as background extras on Full House, a producer noticed two identical girls with bright smiles who moved perfectly in sync. Intrigued, he asked their mother if they had any acting experience. That casual conversation led to an audition tape, which exploded across network offices. Executives couldn't ignore their natural chemistry, genuine, funny, and disarmingly authentic. Within weeks, the girls who once stood quietly in the background became the center of their own universe. Sister wasn't just a casting win, it was a miracle of timing. The Mowrys almost lost the roles that made them icons. Here's a twist. ABC executives almost passed on the twins. In early development meetings, decision-makers reportedly worried that mainstream audiences might not connect with twin black teenage leads. Some even floated the idea of one twin being adopted into a white family. But producer Suzanne DePass, one of the few black female executives in Hollywood at the time, fought for authenticity. She insisted the Mowrys' story stay intact. Her persistence worked. The network relented, the twins got their shot, and history was made. What could have been another overlooked opportunity became a defining moment for representation. The Mowrys didn't just win roles, they opened doors for countless others. ABC canceled the show after one season. Yes, Sister was a hit, but that didn't stop ABC from pulling the plug. After just one season, executives abruptly canceled it, calling it a creative mismatch with their lineup. The cast was devastated. They thought it was over. Then came the WB, a fledgling network searching for family-friendly hits. They saw gold in the Mowrys' charm. Within months, Sister was reborn, redesigned, and relaunched. Ratings soared, and the show became one of the WB's cornerstone comedies. That rescue not only saved careers, it cemented Sister as a pop culture mainstay that outlasted its doubters. Jackie Harry originally said no to the role. Jackie Harry was fresh off her Emmy-winning success from 227 and didn't want to dive into another sitcom. She was focusing on stage and film. When the offer came for Sister, she turned it down flat. But everything changed when she met the twins. Their humor, innocence, and enthusiasm reminded her why she loved television. She later said, "They melted me." Her return as Lisa Landry became a career-defining move. Lisa wasn't just comic relief, she was heart, chaos, and wisdom rolled into one. Her chemistry with the twins made her an unforgettable TV mom. Tim Reed took the role for a deeply personal reason. Tim Reed, who played Ray Campbell, wasn't just collecting another paycheck. For years, he'd searched for roles portraying black fathers as loving, stable, and intelligent, the kind rarely shown on television. When Sister arrived, it was exactly the script he'd been waiting for. Reed accepted instantly. He later explained that he wanted his own children to see positive fatherhood on TV. His performance quietly reshaped how audiences viewed single black dads: dignified, educated, caring. It wasn't loud activism, but it was powerful representation that still resonates today. The show was filmed in front of a live audience. Every burst of laughter you hear on Sister came from real people, not a laugh track. The series was filmed in front of a live studio audience, which gave every performance an electric rhythm. Tia and Tamara often fed off that energy, improvising small lines or gestures that weren't in the script. Sometimes they cracked up the crew so badly that the director had to cut and reset. That live feedback shaped the show's tone spontaneous, warm, and deeply human. It made the comedy breathe. Lisa Landry's fashion was a statement, not just style. Jackie Harry's wardrobe wasn't just playful, it was political. Costume designer Sandra J. Blackman used Lisa's wild prints and daring color combinations to symbolize strength and independence. Her look screamed confidence in a world that often stereotyped single mothers as struggling or subdued. Jackie later revealed that she helped pick outfits that made Lisa appear powerful, not pitiful. Those oversized hats and bright blazers weren't random, they were rebellion through fabric. Lisa's fashion became part of her message. Self-expression equals freedom. Tamara's free spirit was based on real life. Writers didn't invent Tamara's wild side, they borrowed it from the real girl herself. On set, Tia was known as organized and detail-driven, while Tamara was spontaneous and impulsive. Producers saw comedic gold in their differences. They exaggerated them for television, turning real-life sister quirks into scripted magic. Fans saw themselves reflected in that contrast, the studious one versus the rule-breaker. But the beauty was balance. Neither twin overshadowed the other. Together they formed a complete whole. That authenticity kept the series emotionally honest for 6 full seasons. The theme song evolved every season. Few fans realized the Sister theme song changed nearly every year. Producers re-recorded it to match the twins' growth, younger, bouncier vocals at first, then mature harmonies by the later seasons. The shift mirrored the characters' evolution from awkward teens to young adults. Even the visuals evolved. Brighter lighting, new hairstyles, bolder colors. It wasn't just marketing polish, it was storytelling through music. Each intro acted like a time capsule of the sisters' journey, capturing how fame, fashion, and friendship evolved together. The WB didn't just revive the show, it reinvented it. When the WB rescued Sister, they didn't simply continue what ABC started, they gave it new life. The sets were rebuilt with warmer lighting, the scripts became snappier, and the pacing shifted to attract a younger, hipper audience. The WB also paired the show with others, featuring rising black stars, forming a mini-network identity. It worked. Ratings climbed, and the show defined the WB's early success. In hindsight, Sister didn't just survive a cancellation, it became the very reason the WB mattered. The Mowry family kept it all grounded. Behind the laughter, the Mowrys were a tight-knit military family that refused to let fame derail them. Their mom, Darlene, served as both manager and protector, while their father, Timothy, regularly visited from his army base. Their brother, Taj Mowry, often roamed the set, later landing his own series, Smart Guy. That family presence kept the twins humble and focused. Unlike many child stars, they never spiraled. Their real home values shaped their on-screen sincerity, and it showed in every episode. The show's real-life lessons were hidden in humor. Many sitcoms used moral lessons as punchlines, but Sister hid them in laughter. Beneath every comic misunderstanding lay a serious message about friendship, honesty, or self-worth. One episode tackled peer pressure through humor, another addressed self-image without lecturing. Writers intentionally embedded real issues inside jokes to make them digestible for young audiences. Fans didn't always notice, but those lessons stuck. Decades later, adults still quote lines from the show because they carried truth disguised as comedy wisdom that aged as gracefully as the twins themselves. If you're hooked on these secrets, go ahead and like and subscribe because we're only halfway through and the wildest ones are still coming. The twins' real arguments became canon. Not every fight on Sister was scripted. Sometimes real sibling tension spilled onto set. Crew members recall playful disagreements about lines, clothes, or scenes that producers kept in because they felt authentic. Their chemistry thrived on contrast. Tia the planner, Tamara the dreamer. Even their bickering had rhythm. The result was TV magic that couldn't be faked. What audiences saw wasn't acting, it was the genuine love and friction of sisters growing up under one spotlight. "Go home, Roger!" was never meant to be iconic. Marcus Houston's Roger was intended as a one-season neighbor joke, but fans loved his persistence and the twins' famous response. "Go home, Roger" became a generational catchphrase overnight. Producers leaned into it, extending his role and turning him into comic gold. The line spread beyond TV, popping up in classrooms and memes decades later. Ironically, the moment that began as a throwaway gag became one of television's most quoted phrases, proof that lightning sometimes strikes by accident. Episodes tackled race in subtle ways. Sister didn't preach it, suggested. The show's writers often snuck conversations about racial identity into everyday teen plots. From hair politics to code switching, it offered quiet but powerful affirmations for young black viewers. One standout episode featured Tia straightening her hair to fit in at school only to realize she didn't need to. It was humor wrapped around empowerment. In an era with few nuanced black family shows, Sister dared to be lighthearted and layered all at once. Darlene Mowry protected the twins' image fiercely. Hollywood can be ruthless to young actors, but Darlene Mowry was no passive parent. She read every script, oversaw wardrobe, and vetoed anything that felt exploitative. When studio executives suggested more grown-up storylines too early, she refused. Her firm boundaries kept the show wholesome and dignified. Insiders later credited her with preserving the twins' reputation long after the cameras stopped. While other young stars stumbled, Tia and Tamara walked away, respected, grounded, and admired thanks to one mother's discipline. The Mowrys studied between takes. While most teens juggled homework and hangouts, Tia and Tamara juggled homework and network television. Child labor laws required tutoring on set, but the twins went beyond the minimum. They took pride in their grades, often finishing assignments moments before cameras rolled. Teachers who worked with them said the girls approached education with the same seriousness as acting. That discipline shaped their later success as producers, authors, and entrepreneurs. Even amid fame, they never forgot the power of knowledge. Filming days were grueling. The laughter was real, but so was the exhaustion. Shooting days ran long, sometimes 12 hours with constant rehearsals and script rewrites. As the show gained popularity, promotional demands piled on. Between interviews, photo shoots, and schoolwork, the twins barely had time to rest. Yet they rarely complained. Jackie Harry recalled, "Those girls worked harder than anyone. Their professionalism kept the production smooth, proving that discipline, not luck, sustains stardom." Future legends appeared before fame. Rewatch Sister today, and you'll spot future Hollywood royalty. Taraji P. Henson appeared in Season 4. Gabrielle Union and Brittany Murphy made early cameos. Even Kenan Thompson popped up briefly. The set was a launchpad for talent, often giving young actors their first professional exposure. It's almost surreal one show quietly introduced half a generation of stars. Every rerun now doubles as a time capsule of future greatness, hiding fame in plain sight. The series quietly changed representation forever. It didn't make loud statements, yet Sister quietly rewrote the DNA of television. Before its debut, mainstream sitcoms rarely portrayed middle-class black families as balanced, educated, and loving. Most leaned on stereotypes or limited sidekick roles. But Sister flipped that narrative with charm and grace. It gave audiences a father who owned a limousine company, a single mother who was creative, driven, and stylish, and daughters who were relatable and smart, not caricatures. By normalizing a black family's success without making it the point, the show broke barriers invisibly. Its humor was universal. Its lessons were for everyone. When you look back, it quietly set the stage for shows like The Parkers, That's So Raven, One-on-One, and even Blackish. Tia and Tamara weren't just acting, they were pioneering an era where inclusion was effortless, not forced. Decades later, its impact still echoes through streaming services where new generations are discovering the show and saying, "That family feels like mine." Representation didn't shout here, it smiled, laughed, and raised twin daughters who made millions of viewers feel seen for the first time. A movie spin-off almost happened. Imagine Sister, the college years. That was nearly a reality. In 1999, as the show wrapped its 6th season, producers pitched a feature-length movie to continue the story. It would have followed Tia and Tamara as college freshmen navigating independence, identity, and first love. The idea gained serious traction. Both twins were on board, and early script drafts were written. But then Hollywood politics stepped in. The studios wanted broad slapstick humor, something flashy and simple. The Mowrys, now maturing as artists, wanted emotional storytelling about growing up and staying connected. Creative differences grew, and the project slowly died. Yet the seed of that concept never vanished. Years later, Disney approached the sisters with a magical twin movie idea. That project became Twitches, which reused pieces of the old college film's tone and sisterhood themes. It's a bittersweet twist. Sister could have easily evolved into a full-blown franchise, like Saved by the Bell did. But maybe it's poetic that it ended where it did, untouched and timeless. The unmade movie remains a symbol of what could have been, the graduation chapter that fans still wish they could have watched on the big screen. A reboot has been discussed repeatedly. The cast didn't just walk away, they've been trying to come back for years. Since the early 2010s, both Tia and Tamara have openly teased a sister revival. They met with Netflix, Disney Plus, and even the CW to discuss bringing the show into the modern era. Their pitch? Adult twins navigating careers, motherhood, and the chaos of raising their own kids, all while balancing that same sisterly love that defined the original series. Fans went wild every time a rumor surfaced, hashtags trended, fan art exploded. But behind the excitement lay legal complications. ABC originally aired Season 1, while the WB produced the rest, meaning the rights were split between companies that later merged into different entities. That tangled ownership web stalled everything. Still, the sisters refused to give up. "The timing has to be right," Tia said, "but we know fans want it, and so do we." Whether it's nostalgia or destiny, a reboot feels inevitable. The world has changed, but the message of family, growth, and unity still fits perfectly. It's not a matter of if, only when. And when it does happen, it'll be more than a revival, it'll be a homecoming. The cast's bond never broke. Most TV families drift apart after the final curtain, but not this one. Decades later, the sister cast still treats each other like, well, family. Jackie Harry affectionately calls the twins "my babies," while Tim Reed says they'll always be "my daughters." They still send birthday gifts, FaceTime during holidays, and publicly celebrate milestones on social media. That kind of longevity isn't common in Hollywood, where many casts fade into distant memories. Their friendship has endured because it was real from the start. Jackie once said, "We weren't just acting love, we lived it." Marcus Houston, who played Roger, credits the twins for keeping everyone grounded, saying, "We all grew up together, and that bond never left." Even during interviews today, their laughter flows like no time has passed. Fans see that energy every time they reunite for talk shows or nostalgia specials. It's not marketing, it's genuine affection. That enduring connection gives sister, and afterlife most shows can only dream of. The show ended in 1999, but its spirit still lives in shared memories, ongoing friendships, and the family that Hollywood could never script. It changed family sitcoms forever. The biggest secret of all. Sister. Sister didn't just survive the 90s, it redefined what family television could be. Before it, sitcoms about teenage girls often leaned on stereotypes: ditzy, superficial, dependent. The Mowry twins shattered that mold. Their characters were funny yet grounded, naive yet intelligent, emotional yet strong. The show balanced comedy and conscience, never underestimating its audience. It also proved that diversity could lead, not just support a network. The show's success on the WB gave executives confidence to greenlight more inclusive programming. Suddenly, families of every background had a chance to see themselves represented with dignity and humor. Its ripple effect is still visible today in series like Blackish, Mixedish, Family Reunion, and Grownish. Every time a modern show portrays family warmth without cynicism, you can feel Sister's fingerprints on it. In the end, its greatest accomplishment wasn't fame or ratings, it was legacy. It gave viewers laughter, love, and an image of sisterhood that transcended race and time. It didn't just entertain a generation, it raised one. And that's what makes Sister truly unforgettable, not just a show, but a blueprint for how to make television matter. And that's the truth behind Sister, a show that started with a chance encounter and grew into a cultural milestone. From on-set secrets to cast confessions that reshaped what family TV could be, these stories prove its magic never faded. If these revelations brought back memories, hit like, share this with your favorite 90s fan, and tell us below which secret shocked you most. And honestly, could any reboot ever capture that one-of-a-kind twin chemistry again?